I begin? First of all, hey y'all, welcome back to the vlog. My name is Damaris Young and I am a 4th grade teacher here in South Florida. And I hope that you follow along on my journey as a South Florida native, a South Florida teacher who is beginning the transition out of teaching. I am officially a transitioning teacher. I am no longer going to be a teacher. There's a lot that got me to this point here, and you all are seeing this much later in the process of me doing this. By the time this comes out, I will definitely have already put in my 2 weeks notice, did all of that, let my principal administration know. Where do I begin? I was feeling overwhelmed. I was feeling like I had a cap. There was a ceiling. I didn't want to be a administration. I didn't want to be a reading coach because most people get into those positions just so that they could eventually get to administration. I didn't want to do that. And it's no shocker that teacher pay is not what it needs to be, especially for the workload. And if you've been watching my videos, if you've been following along with me on my journey thus far this year, you'll see that I've had a meltdown of my own. I've had other teachers who have had the same sentiments as me, and I finally got to a point where I said, I need to do something about it. If I can't change the problem, then I need to change the environment. And that's what I did. So I knew someone who worked in insurance, and I took it upon myself to look for job postings, and there happened to be a posting at an insurance company. And I asked my friend if, it was a good idea, insight about the company, and all signs were a go. I applied, did the testing, got the interview. Literally the same day they called me back that evening and they let me know, like, yeah, you got the job. So that's where I'm at right now. I know this is a lot, I really do, but I'm ready to take you and bring you along on this journey. I'm like on a high right now because that just all happened today, the interview process and them telling me that I got the job. Hold on. So yeah, I had just interviewed today, my second interview. The first interview, you just record yourself and you submit your questions, but I did my second interview today with an actual person on the other end of the computer asking the questions. And literally, I want to say I did my interview at 11 o'clock, and around 5-ish is when someone reached out to me and offered me a position with the company. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm keeping a very tight lip about everything. I am not telling anyone really. I told my mom, told my boyfriend, told one friend, and that's it, because I don't want anyone else finding out before I'm able to go ahead and tell my administration, get my background check going and all that. So if all goes well, my background check clears, which it will. Once my background check clears, my starting date is November 27th, which is actually perfect because I can have that week off prior for Thanksgiving break and then start my new job. So that is God, divine intervention, whatever you want to call it. It is just perfect. So that is the tea for today. It's dinner time. I'm about to eat. I just wanted to get on and tell you that, but I will pick up this vlog at another time and get you updated on everything else that's going on. I'm so happy. I could cry. I really could. But I'll talk to y'all later. Your emotions light on me. Always leaving in the morning before I speak. What's love to do with you? 1,000 miles away. Hey y'all. I have a new job. I have not started my new job yet, but I will be starting as of November 27th. So it is a hybrid remote job, meaning there are 2 days I will go in person and 3 days that I work from home. I will be transitioning from the field of education into the field of insurance as a claims adjuster trainee. And I'm just like, I'm so excited. I really am. And today was a very difficult day at work. and not difficult in the sense that it's the students. Honestly, I just want to put it out there. It's almost never, ever the students. So if I have students watching my videos, I want you to know that I love you. I did not leave because of you. It had nothing to do with any of you. Every single one of you hold a little piece of my heart. Every single one of you is so special in so many ways. And I was just like blessed and honored to be your teacher for the time that I was your teacher. But with that being said, it was everything else that pushed me to this point. And today was just a really, really rough day. And I have rough days all the time, but today kind of was just it for me. It really solidified my thought process. It solidified, how I feel about my transition and how I feel like my decision to do this transition at this time in my life is the right path for me. Now, is that to say that I will never be in teaching again? I don't know. However, for my own professional growth and my own professional development, like I have to do what's best for me. And right now that means taking a step away from the field of education. But I say all that to say that I've been working on redoing my guest bedroom. My guest bedroom is now going to be my office / guest bedroom. I went ahead and I got rid of our guest bed and I have some furniture in the room. Now, the guest bedroom doesn't have a bed, but no one ever really comes over, and if people do come over, they're not sleeping over. So we will survive for a little bit without the bed. So let me show you what it's looking like now. And of course, I will also include pictures of what it looked like before. So with our queen bed and things like that, I'll insert a picture right now. Just to show you, like, it was just literally that. It was a queen bed and the bed frame, of course, and a mirror and like this carpet that was on the floor. And that was pretty much all that was in this bedroom, and it took up the whole bedroom pretty much. I will link everything down below, everything off of Amazon. So let's show you what the office is looking like now. When you walk in, here's the desk. I ordered the desk from Amazon. It's very sturdy. Carl, I don't know if he's really good at building things or if it wasn't that difficult and he just built it very quickly. I think it might be a mixture of both, because honestly, he built this desk literally in less than an hour, maybe even less than 30 minutes. I don't know, I wasn't really keeping track of time, but he built this desk pretty quickly. Like I said, it's super sturdy. It's made out of really good material, but at the same time, it's really light. Like Carl and I can pick it up together and move it around as we see fit. So, but this is where I plan on putting it. I really want to utilize like daylight in the daytime, and those curtains are going to go up once my curtain rod comes in. Taking a look at the chair, it's this wide swivel chair in a white color. It swivels and it's extra wide, so like if you want to sit crisscross applesauce, you can, or if you're a girl like me who just has thick thighs, because thick thighs saves lives, it's just a really nice chair for that. And it doesn't have any wheels, so it's pretty sturdy. I didn't want anything with wheels because I don't intend on rolling around on the floor or anything like that. I think that's gonna mess up the flooring, so I didn't want anything to do that. I also ordered this keyboard off of Amazon, which I really didn't even need to order this keyboard or mouse, because the company that I'm going to be working for is definitely sending me one, but I wanted it to fit my aesthetic, so I'm just going to go ahead and use mine and then leave theirs as a backup in case mine like breaks or anything like that. Back to the desk. Set of pillow covers. Inside of it, I just have the IKEA pillow. I don't know what you call that, but but it's an IKEA pillow, like literally less than $10. And then this is just the pillowcase covering. It has a zipper so you can take it off and wash it, and it is so soft. Honestly, it's gonna be very comfortable for the days where like my back hurt or anything like that. But like I said, the chair, it's super supportive. Like I thought the chair leaned back a little bit more, but it doesn't. It's like very upright. So I don't know if I'll need the pillow, but if I ever do, I have the option of using it. Then that carpet has always been here. I haven't changed the carpet out. I do plan on putting a different carpet, but for right now, that's gonna have to do. And don't judge me, I'm in home clothing, but this mirror, I live for this mirror. I got this mirror for, I wanna say like maybe $190. I got it on sale at Hobby Lobby, and that was about 2 years ago. I absolutely love it. I'm never getting rid of this mirror. I said I was at one point, and I'm not, so. And then I also got this little desk organizer, just something very simple from Amazon. It has 2 trays for pens, highlighters, things like that. It has where it slips out so you can put papers and things of that nature. And then it has a bottom drawer that comes out as well. So like if you have staplers, tape, back tape rolls, you can always keep it in there. So that is my setup so far. The room is very basic. So let me tell you what I intend on doing. So on this wall here to the left, what we want to do is put a twin size day bed. And if I need to move the desk over a little bit, I will. But we want to put a twin size day bed pretty close to the closet, maybe like starting here and ending over there. We want to put a twin size day bed that is going to roll out, lift up to create a full size bed. I think that would look really nice. There was some artwork up. It's not focusing because it's too much white. Artwork up on the wall. Eventually I do want to paint because this bedroom definitely needs a paint job, but that's for another conversation on a whole nother day. And then also too, eventually we want to put a TV up on the wall. But again, those are things like that are way down the line. Like we are not talking about any of that as of right now. So there's a lot going on in my life, and I know transitioning teachers, there's a lot of teachers that are transitioning out of the field. And at first I was very gung-ho about teaching. I thought that this was the career I was going to retire from. And there are a lot of things that are contributing to me gracefully bowing out from the teaching career field. And it's not easy. Tomorrow I'm going in and putting in my letter of resignation, and I feel good about doing it because I know it needs to get done. But at the same time, I also feel really bad about doing it because I'm breaking it to my boss. My team already knows. I've already told them. But ultimately what's gonna really kill me is telling my students. It's gonna be telling my students, because even though I just met them in August and we're in October heading into November, you create bonds with these students. And you get to know them. You get to know their quirks. You get to know, what makes them happy. You get to know how to make them feel special. You get to see them play and be happy at recess. Not to say that any of this is going to stop just because I'm not there, but it's going to stop for me. But at some point, I have to outweigh the joy that I receive from the relationship that I have with my students, from the joy that I'm lacking within myself. So I just say all this. I say all this to say it was not easy by any means. It just feels like something that needs to be done. And it needs to be done ASAP. Unfortunately, this video took a little turn for the sad. It took a turn for the worst. made me a little sad, but I felt like I had to be real honest and true with not only myself but with you all, because this is a part of my journey. Even though I am no longer going to be a teacher in about a month, and I'm excited to bring you along for that journey, because that has yet to become who I am. I'm still a teacher. I still go to work every day. I still put my heart out for my students. I still am building those relationships. I still show up for them every day to the highest degree that I can. I will update you tomorrow on how turning in my resignation letter goes. And I will also let you know when I start doing other things in the office, like putting up the curtains and things like that. Bittersweet. All right, y'all. Bye. I can't keep doing all this sad stuff now. I'm not no sad teacher.
I'll be on the way. I'll be home late. Don't wait up. I'll be on the plane. She said I thought you would've changed. Thought you would've stayed. Thought you wouldn't come back to me, but now you're right here in my face. I can see you got feelings you ain't showing. Make believe that you don't need your emotions. These light on me. Always leaving in the morning before I speak. What's love got to do with it? Love in this game, baby. Michael Phelps, John Webster say same, baby. I don't post you on the ground, know the fans waiting. That's a problem, no. I know the fame crazy. Made my mind up as a teen, and you can't change it. Say I come up on these beats, get the damn paper. Only see twice a week, everything's changing. The blue messages you send me on red lady. Why it's so complicated down this lamb? Just trying to find a way to find you, baby. You ain't gotta hide.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the vlog. It's little old me, Damaris, and I just want to say thank you so much if you're still watching this part of the video. You are a trooper. This video has been taking place for over a month at this point because there's a lot of things that are happening. In the last clip, I had just explained to you a little bit of how I was feeling. I am now transitioning out of the classroom into a different field. Let me catch you up. Let me give you all the tea, because there's a lot. There's a lot, okay? So come grab you something to drink, grab you something to eat, and sit down, because we got a lot to catch up on. That next day, I was standing on business and I went straight into my principal's office with my letter of resignation. I said, I just want you to know that this has been something that I've been working on for quite some time now. It has nothing to do with anything that had transpired previously. But I think this is my time to gracefully bow out of the field of education, in so many words. And I told her, for my own like mental health, my own personal reasons, like I need to take a step back from the classroom at this time and find something else that's going to work for me. Of course, my principal was completely caught off guard. She was not expecting this. I'm not gonna say I'm someone who masks things very well, but I'm someone who masks things very well. Like, you're not gonna know something's wrong with me. I didn't give any hints that I was leaving. I didn't, you know, have any arguments with anybody. It was nothing like that. I have really good relationships with my team, with my administration. That's my assistant principal and my principal. Like, I really respect all of them. I have nothing but amazing things to say about them. They're a wonderful group of ladies at my school. They really supported me throughout my journey and my time with them. You know, my principal and I, we talked about it. She said she needed some time to process, which is fair, because baby, let me tell you one thing. I know my value, I know my worth, and I know that I am a damn good teacher. And that was something that she said to me as well. She's like, this is gonna be a big loss for not just our school, but like the field of education as a whole. Like, right now we need good teachers, and it's unfortunate that you feel like you cannot do this anymore. I put in my notice. I actually found out I had to give much more notice than I had originally thought. In my previous clips, I said 2 weeks notice. However, that is not the case. I let my principal know as soon as I possibly could, so that she would have ample time to either get a replacement or, you know, have a plan for when I'm not coming back after Thanksgiving break. So that was that. It was a whirlwind, and I was trying to keep my information a secret for multiple reasons. Not because I think like I'm not, but my principal didn't want information getting out because she needed time to, you know, get her ducks in a row and give out the information to parents, because of course parents are going to be concerned, like, who's taking over my child's classroom, you know, like they're gonna have questions, rightfully so. So for that reason, she didn't really want anyone else knowing besides my team, and I didn't want anyone else knowing, so that information didn't get somehow, some way, some form back to my students, and then my students knew before I was able to tell them. I did not want my students to get caught off guard. They were the most important piece, and they were who I was trying to protect the whole time while I was trying to keep my secret a secret. But now did things work out that way? Of course not, friend. They didn't. So in this past week or so, or let's say the last 2 weeks, I'll give you the last 2 weeks. In the past 2 weeks, my administration, my principal, she did have to let certain people in our school know about the situation, and that included her support staff. Her support staff is like the guidance counselor, the reading coach, the math coach. Like, they consist of her support staff. So kind of like how the president has his cabinet, if you're aware of government, that's her cabinet, her support staff. She had let them know in a meeting with her boss, when her boss had came to do an observation on the entire school, which is fair. Cool. I'm pretty sure she told them that that information shouldn't be shared. However, I guess human nature, or I don't know, whatever you want to call it, people can't hold their tongue, people can't hold water. So someone went and said something because I'm not sure why they went and told somebody else. However, the information got out, and a teacher who I was super like close to in aftercare, me and her connected, we vibed, we were talking about life and stuff. She came to my classroom one day while I was teaching. She was like, "Miss Young," and I was like, "Yes," like, I'm teaching, what's going on? And she's like, "I heard some news," and I was like, "What'd you hear?" But she told me she heard some news. She heard that I was leaving, and I was like, "Yeah, I am." And she was like, "How come you didn't tell anybody?" And I was like, "Well, you know, we were keeping it under wraps because of XYZ, whatever." But I was like, "Who told you, sis? Like, friend, fill me in. Like, how do you know?" She's like, "Oh, well, you know, a kindergarten teacher came and told me." And I'm like, "A kindergarten teacher?" I was like, "A kindergarten teacher? Are you sure? Like, K? Like, before first grade?" At this point, I really didn't care if adults knew. Adults weren't my problem. Like I said, I was trying to protect my babies so that they didn't find out the information from someone else before I had the opportunity to tell them. The following day, one of my former students comes up to me when I'm walking up to the building. She's like, "Miss Young," comes up to me, gives me a hug. As she's hugging me, she looks up at me. She's like, "I don't want you to leave." I said, "Who told you I'm leaving?" This is a child coming to me and telling me this. And my fourth graders talk to some of the fifth graders. They're close. They're 1 year off. So it's like, if a fifth grader knows, a fifth grader might go and tell a fourth grader. Especially if they were one of my fourth graders from last year. And I told my principal, I said, "Hey, just so you know, by the way, kids know. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell my class today, because I know if this one kid from fifth grade knows, that it's going to spread, and it's going to spread like wildfire." So I had to put her up on game, because I was telling her, like, "Hey, I'm not waiting until you decide to send home these letters. Like, at this point now, I gotta tell my babies," because like I said, they're the only thing that I was trying to protect at this point by keeping the information to myself. I had to do it that morning, and I was not prepared to do it that morning. We were gonna hold off and do it a little the next day at least, you know? So I didn't mentally prepare myself that morning on the car right there to do it, but I had no choice. So I had to do it, and it was very much emotional. Before I could even get it out, I started crying. I told my students, you know, we're gonna make the time that I have left great with them, you know, and that I just really love them. It had nothing to do with them. I reiterated that over and over and over again, because kids are gonna have questions, and I let them ask me questions. And of course they asked, like, "Do you know who our teacher is gonna be?" So I'm just open and honest with my students. And of course, in a kid-friendly way, I just told them that I'm not moving out of Florida. However, I'm just doing this for my own personal reasons. So reasons that maybe one day when they're older, they'll be able to understand. That was that. And it weighed very heavy on my heart. It was so heavy on my heart. I felt so bad because literally those are my babies. I love them. They are so silly. They are so sweet, so funny. Like I really do love them. They get on my last nerve at times, but I love them. So that's how that day went. And then today, well, the weather has been horrible. We had this horrible storm yesterday. It was like raining all day and all night. And they canceled school today, so I got a day off, which is a little sad though, because it's like I have one less day with my students before I leave. But that just means tomorrow's Friday, and it's gonna be a super fun Friday. It's my last day with my students. We're just gonna have a bomb ass time, and it's gonna be the best day, our last day together. So that is gonna wrap up this video as well. This video has been extremely long, so if you've watched to the very, very end, I really, really do love you. I appreciate you supporting me. We are on this journey. I am now officially a transitioning teacher. I have posted about it on TikTok, so if you are not following me on TikTok, my name is @TheGenZTeacher. I'll put it up on the screen for you. Make sure you follow along, you like and subscribe to my channel so that way you can stay updated on the content, on the process, because baby, I'm excited. I'm excited to take this journey and just like make the best of it. I really am. So again, I appreciate you for coming along with me, and let's see where life takes us. I will see y'all next time. I hope you are doing amazing. Have a great holiday if you celebrate the holidays, and if not, have a great weekend. See y'all next time.
Cry for days is like my nights are crazy, cause I don't give these hoes no time of day no more. We ain't got no time to waste no more. We ain't got the time to fake no more. You ain't had to try to take my soul, trying to take control. I can see you got feelings you ain't showing. Make believe that you don't need your emotions to slide on me. Always leaving in the